Hi, it's Wilma from Wilma's Cross Stitch, and this is Flosstube number 7, a video all about counted cross stitch. Welcome. It's October 24th, 2025, and I'm coming to you from Saskatchewan, Canada. Glad to have you here today. So, let's get started. I am going to start with 2 fully finishes. Both patterns are from Brenda Gervais. Here's the first one. This one was a free chart that was on her Facebook group back in 2020. I had probably had this done for at least 3 or 4 years, but had not gotten it fully finished. Did a back closure, and all I have to do is put some felt on it and maybe some trim, and then it will be done and ready for Christmas. Then the next one is this was a purchase chart. Be ye thankful. And both these pillows were both done on 14 count lamb's wool Aida. And yeah, so now I can display this one. I do have to finish the back, but but it is all stitched together. So those are my 2 finishes. I'm quite pleased with that because for the last little while I haven't been doing finishes, but recently I started again. Last week I had 2 flat finishes and now I've got 2 pillows. So hopefully I can just keep on going. So the next thing I have is a finish. Not fully finished, but it is finished. It's finished cross-stitched. And this is Jolly St. Nick from Stitching with the Housewives. It's done on 14 count black. What's it called? Oh, I can't remember the name. Chalkboard black. I can never remember that name. Anyway, that's what I often do, the Stitching with the Housewives, when it's a black color. I do it on that fabric. So now all I have to do is get it finished, which has to be finished fairly soon because it's a gift to go out for Christmas and needs to go in the mail. So there you go. So that's done. I'm happy that that one is finished now too. Only have one more ornament that I'm stitching for something that has to go in the mail. So let me just look at my notes. Let's go on to whips. So my first whip is from Satsuma Street. It's a mystery stitch along, which you can join that. It's I think about a $20 purchase or something for the chart. You get 6 parts, and they did it on a linen. I'm doing it on a 14 count Aida. They've got 4 parts already sent out. There's 6 in total, and the parts come once every 2 weeks. And I am stuck on part 3. It's a lot of stitching. I was listening to another Flosstuber who was saying there's about 3,000 stitches in this part 3, which is above the penguins and above it. The first part was the nutcracker. Second part, nutcracker and the sleigh. Second part was the tree. Third part is this penguin and some snowmen. And then the fourth part that's already come out is a part of the house and a mouse. So I'm still stuck on 3. You know, there's no cross-stitch police, so do it at your own pace. And yeah, my pace is obviously slower than some because I've seen some people who've been keeping up. But that's okay. I will get it done when I get it done. So the next stitch along that I've been working on and that I've been showing over the last little while is Tiny Modernist, and it's called Ho 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 Stitch Along Christmas 2025, which we started on September the 3rd, and every week we get another part of the pattern. So here it is. Here's the pattern. Very cute. Started with the tree, then the ballerina, the rocking horse, and onward we go. I am working on the nutcracker, and above the nutcracker is a little box with a basket of, I guess, berries and holly or something. Anyway, I did get the ornament section done, the block with the ornaments. I got that done this time. And I'm kind of just working on the borders and a little bit inside the borders and see how well I do. It's hard because it comes out every week. But anyway, we are making progress, and it is done. The called for colors are Weeks Dye Works, but there is a DMC conversion, which I'm sure would be just as nice. So that's the second thing I was working on. The third thing I started this week and which is now a whip, is Garden of Quilts. And here it is it's a Lori Holt on Fat Quarter Shop, and there's the chart. And I bought it as a PDF. So if you want to see the chart a little bit more clearly, you can go to Fat Quarter Shop, look up Garden of Quilts cross stitch, and you'll be able to see the design. I did see on Fat Quarter Shop that Kimberly said that she is not going to start stitching it till January, but I've made a little start, and we'll work on it a little bit more because I'm a slow stitcher, and I'm also doing Christmas. So, and there's about 12 different spools with flowers on it, and maybe I'll get one flower spool done per month next year. Anyway, this is my start. It looks nice. Every once in a while, I'll work on it, even though I'm also doing Christmas. I'll try and put a little bit of effort into this. And it's done. You can get a pattern chart from Fat Quarter Shop. You can get the PDF. And it's using classic colorwork threads. And I checked, and I had all of them except for 4, which was great. But you could always use DMC too, but I love using the hand-dyed floss when I can. So those are the 3 main things I was stitching on. I was away this week, Sunday afternoon we left, and we didn't come home till later Monday. And then I was also out for all day Wednesday, so I did not get much stitching done. But when we went away, my husband and me went away Sunday and Monday. We had to stay overnight at a hotel. I did bring my autumn project that I've been working on lately, the, what's it called? Autumn Tiny Village by Crochet A Go-Go. So I took that with me because I find it hard stitching in a hotel, and so this was something simple I could work on. So I made a little progress. I got the house done. It's also done, I think this one's done on 14 count beautiful beige, and so this will probably be put away now for the time being, as I want to do a little bit more Christmas. Believe it or not, more Christmas, yes. So I'll put this away, and I'll pull this out again in 2026. So those are my things I've stitched. I thought I'd talk a little bit about future starts. So I mentioned before that I heard from Mrs. Smith Flosstube, who's in Ottawa, Canada, and she was starting a stitch along with some others. And sorry for the noise as I pull out the project. Let's see. Here it is. And where's my... So they are starting a stitch along for Peace and Goodwill, a chart from Brenda Gervais. It's been out for a while. There it is. And I had started it, I think, during Jolly July, but then I had put it aside, working on other things, like ornaments for gifts and stuff. So I thought I would join the stitch along and see if I could make some more progress. So this is how far I am right now. And yes, I'm going to join them for the stitch along, which starts the beginning of November. So I'll do that. In this bag too is another Brenda Gervais. That's kind of part of the series, because this was this is the Christmas one, and this one is the autumn one, and it says feels like fall. I haven't started this, but I thought I would just keep it in that bag, and then when the Christmas one is done, then at some point I can start the fall one. So, and I've got all the thread ready. So there's that. That's one of the future things I'm going to do, and I'll start that in about another week. Another thing is I went to Jingle Ball last Friday and got my ticket, and then signed up for some classes. I signed up for some Stacy Nash classes. She has a gingerbread needle book that's being done on brown fabric, and I'm still looking for the brown fabric. And then she's also doing an animal cracker, the little mouse, and she had chosen, because she's doing on linen, like a lot of people are, and a red linen from Weeks. And since I am a Ada stitcher, I found I had this fabric in my stash. It is a fabric by Stephanie Fabric, and it is called Peppermint Sparkle. And that's what I'm going to use for my mouse. So I just have to see if I have the threads that Stacy calls for. They're weak, so I'll see if I have those threads, or maybe I'll convert it to DMC. We'll see. So that's another thing that I'm hoping to start soon, either this week or the following week. And then one other future thing, I did. You probably all, or maybe you didn't, but last video I did a mini Christmas whip parade of my favorite Christmas things, and so I decided to pull one of those and work on those in the next little while. So I pulled out, I'm going to have to use the zipper, sorry for the zipper noise. I pulled out Santa Stops Here. So I'm going to work on that. And it's on 14 count lamb's wool Aida. And in July, I think I did this in July, I did the border and started at the bottom. So I'm going to work on this some more. So yeah, looking forward to seeing some progress on it. It may not get done by Christmas, but we can get a little bit of progress done on it. So those are the few things that I'm going to be working on in the next little while, and probably maybe some ornaments too. So on to the next thing. As I mentioned in the last Flosstube, I'm looking for a planner, and yes, I am looking for a planner. Haven't found one yet, but I still have some time. And but what I'm using right now is the cross stitch journal from Fat Quarter Shop. And since I started my Flosstube journey here, I have started writing down all my projects, whether it's a stitch along or just a new project. And I have got up to 5 so far. And I think you can record up to 50. Let's see. Yeah, 50 projects in here. So it's a great little booklet to record your starts. But I'm really looking for a planner that has a calendar, place for starts, for whips, and for finishes, and a place to plan Flosstube. So I'm still on the hunt for a planner, but I've got time, still 2 months before the new year gets here. So there's that. So I thought I'd share a little bit of haul. I have 2 pieces of haul that haven't arrived yet. I signed up for the Chantel 141 Design Co. ornament box. I know some of the people in the US have already received theirs, but I suspect that mine will take longer. We've got US Postal Service, we've got Canada Customs, and then we have Canada Postal Service that are on a rotating strike. But I have no problem waiting. I saw the box from last year, and it looked awesome, so I decided to sign up for it this year, and I believe it'll be just as great. And maybe I'll get these in by December or something, and then I can start some of those ornaments. But and also waiting for some floss from my favorite online needle workshop here in Canada, and so that I need a few more flosses for Garden of Quilts and a few other things. But what I did get this week is I got some stuff from Evertote and Roxy Floss Co. And I signed up for their two of their clubs. One was the floss for limited edition colors, because I thought the other club was a little bit too much for me, a little too much thread. And yeah, we do have a thing called a cross stitch budget. So anyway, so I got the limited edition pack, and I'm getting the project bags because I love project bags. So let me show those to you now. So here are my threads that I got that are limited edition. Very lovely. I might be able to use these green on a Christmas ornament project. But anyway, a great way to add some Roxy floss to my stash. And then the project bag set that I got, it's gorgeous. So I got a little pouch, like for floss or for tools or whatever. And then I got a small bag, which I can use for a small project. It's beautiful. Very pretty. And then I've got a bigger bag. So that's great, those bags, especially basically this large one and the medium one. I can put 2 new projects in it. So it's I'm very happy with it. I love the sewn project bags. So that's what I got in terms of haul. I want to talk to you about a term that I heard a cross stitcher use. You know, we hear different terms like stitch along, LNS for local needle workshop, ONS for online needle workshop. But I heard a term recently from a Flosstuber who's handmade by Sarah W. And she talked about color complete. And I had never heard that term until she used it. And so what she does is when she's working on a project, she takes a certain color floss and she will do anything in that project in that color. So she has color complete. So that's an interesting idea. I'm not sure if I would do that, especially if the stitches aren't close to each other as far as counting. But it is a interesting idea and it could save you a lot of time. So I thought I'd just share that idea of color complete. So to end off this video, I am going to do a little section of a designer showcase. Since I didn't have a lot of stitching done this week, I thought I would share one of my favorite designers, and I have many, and share some of her Christmas designs. So the designer I'm going to talk about is Hands-On Design. So let me just get those charts. And the first chart that I'm going to show you, Merry Christmas, is from a few years ago, I think. It's from 2023. I've had it stitched for, more than a year. And I have it here, and I'm hoping to have it finished for the next Flosstube. But let me show you. I've got a lot of extra on this one. It's on 14 count beautiful beige. Sorry for the wrinkles. And I think I'm going to see if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this very well. I found this frame in my stash, and I think I'm going to frame it, or I'll do a flat fold. We'll see. But yeah, I will try and do that for next week so you can see how it looks. But yes, it was a chart from 2023. So the next one that I have is Père Noël, and that's also from 2023. That's also a cute design to do, and I would do that on 14 count chalkboard black if I was doing it myself. She has a number of black ones, and I have them here to show you. So here's Have a Cool Yule. That's really nice too. And they're all nice size, not too large. And then she has this series. It's called White Christmas, and there's I don't know if there's 9 charts. I started it a few years ago and I stopped because I had picked a color of Ada and it didn't really work, and so I need to look a little bit more to see what color I can find. Some people, there's a lot of the motifs have like a blue color, but a lot of people I know have changed it to red. But here, let me show you these charts, and you can have a look at them. So that's Tree Farm. So yeah, I'm not sure what color fabric I will use, but I will think about it. And there's a lot of cute ones in here. There's 1 or 2 I would especially like to do. So there's that one. Here's Dear Tear. And I think this is one of my favorites, and I definitely would like to do this one. But I just need to find a fabric that's going to work for me. I do like the turquoise blue color because I am a blue is my favorite color. I'm a blue person, so I might do it in the blue. I just need to find a color that will look better with it. Maybe I'll have to Google and see what other people, if I can find any finished projects from other people who've done this series. And this is called Cut and Carry. She has a lot of different Christmas designs that she's done over the years that are really nice. I have a few also that are from Jingle Ball that she's done that I should do. I really need to seriously try and do one ornament a month in 2026 to help me get some done. This is Luminary Lane and Church. Reindeer Games. And then I know this one, when I saw it come out, I thought, I need this. I need to do this. And was having problems again with fabric and ended up not doing it. But I should try and find something to that will work. It'd be nice to do. And then we've got a series of, it's called Christmas Collection, and she did a few different parts of it. And it's on black. I would do it on my 14 count chalkboard black. And with each of the kits, it came with this finishing package, which is nice. So here's another one. And see, I got floss and finishing. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. And there we go. Some more. One says be jolly, believe, be merry. Here's glad tidings, goodwill to all, and great joy. So those are those black ones. And then there's one, I've had this for quite a while, I just haven't stitched it. And I have the floss, and she gave, I think she gave the fabric with it. And you can either do it as a drum or as a pillow. There's so many choices for Christmas. So many choices for Christmas. And then she has this other one. The series was called Mad for Plaid. And this is the winter one. I even have the little box thing. I just need to paint it. So yeah, I should do that. You know, then I have a display. The finishing won't be so hard. So anyway. And that's it. That's the charts that I wanted to show you from Hands On Design. She has many lovely Christmas patterns. So anyway, there's no shortage of choices for me as far as Christmas ornaments. Probably don't need the Christmas box, but I want it. I want it. A lot of great designers have contributed to it. So that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for coming to visit, and I appreciate everyone who has liked and who has messaged me and who subscribed to my channel. And I look forward to doing another video in another week and talking to you again. It's great to be part of this Flosstube stitching community. So happy stitching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.